According to the Labour Party leader of Oldham Council, the samosa, and making any reference to the term samosa, is part of a long-running campaign of racially charged harassment against her. It should come as no surprise to any of you that the leader of Oldham Council, AROOJ SHAH, first to cry racism and first to run to the police to try and silence her opposition, has now gone after the only councillor with the courage and the conviction to stand up against her tyranny. She is claiming using the term samosa is racially charged harassment. What are you going to do this time, Shah? Run to the police? Have someone falsely arrested, falsely charged, and then run away from giving testimony again? We see you, AROOJ SHAH, and we do not fear you.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them. On the 20th of November 2003, James Ignatius O'Rourke McMahon was elected councillor for the Failsworth East Ward of Oldham. Deeply ambitious, he ruthlessly rose to power, and by 2011 he was already leader of the council. In 2015, exploiting a Labour Party loophole, he became MP for Oldham West and Royton. If only the people of the town knew then what they now know. Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.
A very, very good evening, Sunday the 10th of December 2023. It's the Recusant 9 transmission. My name is Rajimir. Thank you to very much to all of you who are continuing to support me. A well-linked source in Oldham Council contacted me about 2 weeks ago. Council officer contacted me about 2 weeks ago. Really concerned. And by now we all know the leaks from Oldham Council. You've seen the Willoughby content where it's forever getting leaks. I'd imagine that's from his Labour Party councillors. But, you know, we've been getting leaks and we've had our sources in the council long before any of that. So that's where I'm up to with my contacts in the council. So one of my contacts gets in touch, really concerned, and we have an exchange. And the exchange goes something like this. A well-used tactic by the Labour Party, and it's only possible with the complicity of senior council officers, is to put in vexatious complaints against individuals, councillors, effectively. And when they put these vexatious complaints in against councillors, the council machinery kicks in and they try and harass, intimidate, effectively silence opposition councillors. Most recently, you saw it with Robert Barnes when he stood up and gave an apology, and that was one of the last things we saw of Robert Barnes. He started so well, and they went for him and they destroyed him. And before they destroyed him, and by the way, there are no charges. It's been over a year, and if there were charges, it'd be reported in the newspapers. So they destroyed the lad. And part of it included a whole host of what are known as standards complaints. Prior to Robert Barnes, an ongoing standards complaint, completely fabricated, completely malicious, was against Mark Wilkinson. And of the standards complaint that had merit against Sean Fielding, the council delayed it on purpose. You'll recall at the time. It wasn't at all surprising when I was told this story of Councillor Lewis Quigg being attacked and demonised by AROOJ SHAH. Now, AROOJ SHAH has form on this. AROOJ SHAH has a lot of form on this. And her form is she lied and fabricated a case against me, aided by Greater Manchester Police, that went all the way to court in an attempt to harass and intimidate me, and then ran away from testifying, once again claiming racially charged harassment. Well, she's now making those same allegations against Councillor Lewis Quigg, and she's making them in reference to the terms samosa and mango chutney. Now, according to AROOJ SHAH, the term samosa has clear racist undertones, and Councillor Quigg referencing samosa, and I'll show you how he referenced it in a little while, is part of a long-running campaign of racially charged harassment and intimidation against her. And as part of her complaint, she's complaining she faces constant attacks because she's a Pakistani woman. AROOJ SHAH has absolutely nothing to say about the blowing up of her car. She also takes offence to Councillor Quigg using the term governed from Glodwick. Apparently, that's racist as well, even though she is the council leader who represents Glodwick. And Glodwick is the main area from where she did her campaigning, unless any of you did see her campaigning in the other white areas of St Mary's in the lead up to her election. I didn't. All I saw was one Glodwick picture after another. Not satisfied with samosas being racially charged and harassment and intimidation, not satisfied with claiming an area of the town making reference to it is racist, she even then goes on to claim that making reference to mango chutney is racist. Apparently making reference to mango chutney is racist. And she claims that this is part of a concerted campaign she has endured for a number of years, driven by, you've got it, far-right hatred that has led to online death threats and an arson attack on her car. She is claiming Councillor Quigg is part of a campaign that has led to death threats against her and her car being blown up. Now, AROOJ SHAH, we've all seen your car getting blown up. It wasn't parked where you said he'd parked it, and you'd left it unlocked. And the police, Greater Manchester Police, are neck deep in this scandal because they have yet to charge anyone, and they've yet to comment on the video that was leaked, that they clearly knew about but leaked into the public domain, that paints a completely different picture of what potentially went on. I'll tell you what didn't go on. There is no evidence anywhere to suggest that this is or was a far-right attack, or that Councillor Quigg is in any way responsible. Let me bring up the posts that are meant to be far-right harassment, targeted harassment, racist, blah, 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 blah.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.